The Exxon Valdez oil spill was a man-made disaster that occurred when Exxon Valdez, an oil tanker owned by the Exxon Shipping Company, spilled 11 million gallons of crude oil into Alaska's Prince William Sound on March 24, 1989. It was the worst oil spill in history until the Deepwater Horizon oil spill in 2010. The Exxon Valdez oil slick covered 1,300 miles of coastline and killed hundreds of thousands of seabirds, otters, seals, and whales. Nearly 30 years later, pockets of crude oil remain in some locations. On the evening of March 23, 1989, Exxon Valdez left the port of Valdez, Alaska, bound for Long Beach, California with 53 million gallons of Prudhoe Bay crude oil on board. At 4 minutes after midnight on March 24, the ship struck Bligh Reef, a well-known navigation hazard in Alaska's Prince William Sound. The impact of the collision tore open the ship's hull, causing some 11 million gallons of crude oil to spill into the water. Investigators later found out these reasons for this disaster. Ships were not informed that the previous practice of the Coast Guard tracking ships out to Bligh Reef had ceased. The oil industry promised, but never installed, state-of-the-art iceberg monitoring equipment. Exxon Valdez was sailing outside the normal sea lane to avoid small icebergs thought to be in the area. Coast Guard vessel inspections in Valdez were not performed, and the number of staff was reduced. In the months after the Exxon Valdez oil spill, Exxon employees, federal responders, and more than 11,000 Alaska residents worked to clean up the oil spill. Exxon paid about $2 billion in cleanup costs and $1.8 billion for habitat restoration and personal damages related to the spill. Cleanup workers skimmed oil from the water surface, sprayed oil dispersant chemicals in the water and on shore, washed oiled beaches with hot water and rescued and cleaned animals trapped in oil. Environmental officials purposefully left some areas of shoreline untreated so they could study the effect of cleanup measures, some of which were unproven at the time. They later found that aggressive washing with high-pressure, hot water hoses was effective in removing oil, but did even more ecological damage by killing the remaining plants and animals in the process. One of those areas that was oiled but never cleaned is a large shoreline boulder called Munns Rock. Scientists have returned to Munns Rock every summer since the spill to photograph the plants and small critters growing on it. They found that many of the mussels, barnacles, and various seaweeds growing on the rock before the spill returned to normal levels about 3 to 4 years after the spill. Prince William Sound had been a pristine wilderness before the spill. The Exxon Valdez disaster dramatically changed all of that, taking a major toll on wildlife. It killed an estimated 250,000 seabirds, 3,000 otters, 300 seals, 250 bald eagles, and 22 killer whales. The oil spill also may have played a role in the collapse of salmon and herring fisheries in Prince William Sound in the early 1990s. Fishermen went bankrupt and the economies of small shoreline towns including Valdez and Cordova suffered in the following years. In 2002, the European Union banned single-hull tankers and the former Exxon Valdez moved to Asian waters. Exxon sold the infamous tanker in 2008 to Hong Kong Bloom Shipping Limited Shipping Company. The company converted the old oil tanker to an ore carrier, renaming it the Dongfeng Ocean. In 2010, the star-crossed ship collided with another bulk carrier in the Yellow Sea and was once again severely damaged. The ship was renamed once more after the collision, becoming the Oriental Nicety. The Oriental Nicety was sold for scrap to an Indian company and dismantled in 2012.
For more videos, please subscribe Facts Zone.